stream.
Good evening. We are actually here tonight when we are supposed to be for once. I am breaking the cycle.
Not on time, but we're here.
We are
one
here.
Step at
it
a time.
Okay.
Look, being here, wow, that was is number one priority. I was all messed up.
You were. It was a little funny.
Which is funny because who I'm playing tonight is absolutely not the type to be messed up.
I was gonna say, is anything but.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's more of a Ted thing.
Yeah, because, you know, Layla had to tackle his hair.
Speaking of messed up, how is everyone else's weekend? Hopefully better than mine.
Oh, you know, I've had a decent couple of days.
Lots of appointments.
Lots of appointments. Okay.
I had a 3-day, not quite weekend, but it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, which was kind of cool.
That is nice. Yeah.
Work has actually left me alone.
Wow. Astonishing.
Yes. Granted, I still have to make sure everybody's doing their job, but I didn't get any weird questions this weekend, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I must be taking all the bad luck this weekend. I had to work.
Kraken.
Hi, Kraken. I had to work from home on Friday because had an appointment with the family lawyer to sign a bunch of paperwork.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a meh way. It was just now that our parents are updating their living wills now that my sisters and I are old enough to be trustees and all that.
Ah, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's always the most exciting thing. I apologize that you had to go through that because I know it's awful.
I guess it could have been worse. Probably the worst part of the weekend was when I threw my back out. I still don't know how that happened. And I'm so mad that it did. My parents, well, specific family's been making fun of me for it the entire weekend. So I'm just like, ugh.
You're not supposed to twist that vigorously when you go bowling.
Wish someone would have told me sooner. Aw, darn.
I'm more than happy to give advice for a 0% discount.
No free 99 here?
Look, at least he gives you the 0% discount. He upcharges us.
You know the saying, though. If you're good at it, never do it for free.
Yeah. No matter how much people want you to. Yes, there's a story there. No, I will not be telling.
Oh, does that mean I should charge you guys for everything I do here? Because that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but in the same aspect, I should be charging for my storytelling as well. As should buttons. We'll get there eventually.
Only if my back will hold out a few more years.
Storytelling has nothing to do with your back, okay?
Are you kidding? We carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. It's going to get to our back at some point.
Look, if I've made it this far, you're fine.
Yeah. Dude, I threw my back out picking up a 5-pound rug once. That was awful. All I did was stand up. Or I was standing. I reached out, I picked it up, and I went to turn. I didn't even twist. And like I almost went down to my knees because it was the first time that ever happened.
Oh goodness.
You want to know how I pulled the muscle in my foot?
Yeah.
Wow.
Laying down.
Oh, cool. I was gonna say avoiding stepping on a child or animal.
No, that would make sense. No, I was laying down.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So getting up was fun.
I bet. But you're going to be off your feet for a few hours now, so that's fine, right?
Yeah. If it stops hurting.
That's fair.
But it's okay, because it's the outside of my foot, so it's not like every step I take it doesn't hurt again.
Cool.
Guess it's better than a knee or a back.
Eh.
My knee
Pain
has
is
been giving me
pain.
trouble lately, so is my hip.
Oh, that's not good.
And the sciatic nerve, which is all really fun.
Yeah, hips are... I'm good. I'll pass on that one.
I don't even know what I did to the hip, but it's been hurting.
Honestly, it could just be wear and tear. And
Probably.
it's kind of pushed itself up.
That one doesn't hurt so bad. It's more the sciatic nerve that I'm having issues with again. But, you know, that's great.
Yeah.
I just got new shoes, though, so I'm hoping it helps fix that issue. Like, I've had them for a few days now.
Should help.
I also might be getting a cushion for this seat soon. Because when I got this, it took care of the issue almost entirely. And now that, you know, I've been sitting on it a lot again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, how old is it now?
Less than a year?
Yes, but how much do you sit in that chair?
A lot.
Yeah. I feel like chairs should have, like, run timers.
I mean, considering this is basically the only place that I sit in the house other than my bed.
Exactly.
Have mileage like a car.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, look, Chance's cat has appeared.
There he is. Wondered if he was going to be showing up tonight.
He's got a somewhat fresh bath, and we just trimmed his nails, so...
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
You know, if we get the texting thing set up for here, that has to be his picture.
Yes.
Ted doesn't have to worry about it for this one, at least.
And if he can get a good enough technology role, he'll be able to use phones.
Is he going to test it, though?
Probably not.
I mean, you just have to beat your Bane severity. And what, that's 2? 1? Something like that, I don't know.
So, technically updated is 2. I think that's stupid and that it should be 1. But that's just my opinion.
Kinda. But
Yeah.
Because it's weird, like, then Bloods have 0, and then it goes directly to 2, which is for 1, 2...
and 3, I think.
Yeah. Like, Blood Potency 1, 2, and 3 gets Bane Severity 2. And then 4 and 5, it goes up. It's really stupid.
Figured the Bane severity would equal the blood potency on that.
Not exactly, but it gets constant from there, but they updated it in the errata to get rid of the 1 Bane Severity for Blood Potency 1, which I don't agree with. And I don't think we've ran with in this game, or in our games.
We really haven't had it come up a whole heck of a lot.
Well, it does change things. Because, for instance, when Tori was Blood Potency 1...
She's never been Blood Potency 1.
No, you're right. But for other Gangrel, it affects, like, how many animal features you have and things like that. So, like, it does matter. It just hasn't overly much because the Gangrel was Blood Potency 2 from the start.
Yeah. And everyone else, really, when it's come up, it hasn't come up enough to really, really matter. So, but yeah, no, I'm good with 1 being 1, and from there on, make it make sense.
Yeah. Cool. So old roles. I think I kept that in the compilation thing that I've been slacking on. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. With that, it's time is marching on. Shall we begin?
That was weird.
Everything all right?
Yeah, it didn't auto swap. I'll have to play around with that. It messed up.
Okay.
Is this still the 26th or is this now the 27th? You doing multiple games or multiple nights in one game throws me off so badly when we end in the middle of a night.
Sorry.
I'm not complaining, it just throws me off. And
yeah,
I forget if I updated or not while we play.
Yeah. Tonight should be the 27th.
Okay.
It's like we are all set to go. So,
All right. Well, beans. Well, welcome back once again, everyone, to Midnight on the Circle. I am your storyteller for this evening. My name is Buttons. And tonight I am joined by Nenavar playing Ted.
Hello.
And Faye playing Layla.
Hello.
And, of course, Dengle playing Chance.
Hello.
So, let's see. As we said, tonight is the 27th of March. And we left off right as we were heading off to a pretty important conversation, as I recall. Would you guys kind of like to give a little recap as to the context of that conversation we're about to head to?
The bat shit and Spiral Dancer shit. God, what happened last game? So much happened.
And Tremere not telling the prince that there was stuff going on.
Yeah. That's Mainly dealing with the symbols that were painted on walls. And the fact that they were there to begin with. Because we found some outside of the library, we found some outside of the club. If there's some outside of Ted's residence, I would personally be surprised. But then again, I also wouldn't be surprised. I don't know about Faye.
I don't think there is.
I doubt it, but there might be.
I don't think there is.
Which we'll eventually check, just not right now. However, apparently this has been going on for a while with the Tremere. Which is... yeah.
I believe they said a few days, and then some of them had dreams, and then we went to interrogate them, and yeah. Got invited to a gala, I think. Was that last game? No, that was the game before. But I'm sure we're prepping because that's only a week or so out, or we will be prepping soon.
Mm-hmm.
What else? We only have one night left before Tan comes to the club.
Yep. Which I'm sure that'll go wonderfully.
Nothing can go wrong.
Yeah. Just make sure he goes to the correct side.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Layla brings him into the other one first?
Yeah. Would she stoop so low, though?
Depends.
We shall find out at some point. Now, let's see. I believe that's everything, at least everything important from the past game. So, before we dive back in, just a word of caution to those that may be listening. As you could tell from our recap, this is in fact a World of Darkness game. There are going to be some themes that come up in it that may not be suitable for all viewers. If such things cause you distress, please feel free to walk away and come back. As we have shown, we do frequent recaps, and we are welcome to have you come and go as you see fit. And with that said, let us jump back in. You guys were leaving the chantry and were speaking to Raphael, I believe.
Yeah, we called him. We're like, hey, people are spraying symbols with stuff that's the problem.
And I believe you guys agreed to meet back at Chance's place to have that conversation.
Yes.
Is there anything you guys would like to take care of on the way there? Any side stops, any conversations, anything like that?
I don't think so.
I believe so.
We do have the folder that the Tremere gave us.
I do not think that there's anything super pressing that we have to take care of.
No.
Okay. So, upon leaving the chantry and promptly scaring off the almost tagger, you guys head back to Chance's. It's a pretty easy drive. You make it there in good time. Raphael is not there yet. When you arrive, the security swarms you and very fervently lets you know that nothing has gone wrong while you are out. Everything's under control. Nothing has gone amiss.
Where's Martin?
I think he's checking out the new generators. They just delivered them like 10 minutes before you pulled in. You want me to go get him?
I'll go to him. Y'all two go ahead and head up the office. I'll be there in just a minute.
Sure thing.
Layla will head up.
Sam and Ted.
Okay. Chance, you're heading back to Martin, who is overseeing the inspection and installation of the new generators.
Yep. We'll approach him and... So what went wrong?
Nothing. Why?
They were a bit too excited to tell me that nothing went wrong, so... And I ain't reported back with anything amiss?
Not yet, but now that you've said that, I'm suspicious.
Exactly.
Huh.
That takes priority over this. You can delegate this.
Sure thing. And he calls over his shoulder to a woman who's holding a clipboard about 20 feet away. And she comes trotting over. And as she does, he looks up. I'll go have a talk with... Who did you say it was again?
Oh, our dancer.
Okay. I'll go have a talk and see what's really going on.
Thank you. And he will head up to the office.
Okay. Once you're in the office, Chance, you will get a text on your phone. Just a very quick, be there in 10.
I assume it is from our guest.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll relay that message to everyone else. Having them do final sweep now just to make sure there's nothing else around here.
I seemed a little excited to tell you nothing was wrong.
Exactly. Makes me think that something's wrong, to be honest with you.
Yes. Hopefully they're not hiding anything.
Well, if they are, certainly be able to fix it.
One would hope.
So, can I get y'all anything while we wait? Because be here in about 10 minutes.
I'm fine.
Oh, so thanks.
I'm going to take a quick walk downstairs just to make sure everything's okay.
Are you just doing a quick sweep, Chance?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me what's in awareness.
That would be 1.
Everything seems fine from what you can tell. A little more security than usual about, but after your issues with the generator, that's par for the course.
Okay.
And Sure enough, after you're just about concluding your sweep, when a taxi pulls up, and sure enough, out steps Raphael.
And Chance will just personally escort them through.
You know, I don't think I got to tell you last time I was here, but you've got a pretty nice place.
I appreciate that.
About time we had something a little bit nicer around here.
Sometimes it takes a little bit more refinement to be able to have something a little bit nicer without having the gaudiness of other places.
Yeah. Can't say I blame you. And with that, he will stroll into the office once again. Well, kind of surprised to be back this quickly, but what's going on?
Things that are moving quickly.
Well, that's never good. What you guys find?
She will hand him the folder.
His eyes kind of widen, and he takes the folder very quickly. How'd you get this?
It's Tremere.
Tremere just gave you this?
Yes.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, man. Is he? And he just kind of continues to chuckle as he leaves through it, and as he starts to look at the images, the grin kind of slides slowly off his face.
A few of them had been having dreams from Leech as well.
Dreams?
During the day. We don't.
Well, it's not unheard of for mystics of the shapeshifter variety to be able to interact with dreams, maybe not directly, but through petitioning spirits.
I believe this was very direct.
Fun. Now these
that symbol also appeared behind my library.
There's also one that has since been cleaned up, or at least been directed to be cleaned up, not too far from here. And I'm sure you probably saw the work being performed out back. When they did that, they apparently also decided that destroying my generator was a good idea.
Wow, this is moving pretty quickly. Can't say I've seen anything like this up around me.
I don't expect that you would. We are lower on the totem pole than most people that are working on this.
You think they're like baiting you into something?
It would make sense. As for why near the Chantry, I don't know.
Yeah, can't say I've ever seen something like this.
Well, you know what they... At least the main part of it derives from, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's trying to tie back to that whole thing between the Sabbat and the spiral. I don't get the thorns though. The whole viney thing.
Is that not something to do with the spiral dancers?
Oh no, you've seen guru glyphs around, haven't you?
Yes.
You have, yeah. Yeah, the distinguishing hallmark feature of most shapeshifter glyphs, as they are, is that they can be made with claws. They always look rough, and they're usually geometric. There's nothing detailed about it.
Right. I didn't know if there was other symbols associated with them as well.
If there are, I'm not aware of them. This might be a new thing, though, if they're trying to make a resurgence.
The only clans with flowers are the Toreador, and they have roses, which do have spikes and thorns.
You see, Raphael seems to get lost in thought for a minute before he kind of comes back to himself. I have no idea what they could be referencing. I don't keep track of your guys' clans like that. That bugs me, not knowing.
Yes.
Normally I'd agree with you, but I don't know enough about most of this to really. It would definitely be a her thing.
And the unknown is something we cannot plan for or predict. Either way, focusing on what has happened, they are getting bolder.
Yeah. That is concerning. For what it's worth, I haven't heard about any more disappearances over by me. Y'all must have scared him off that corner of the city. I'm sure it's only time before something reemerges somewhere else.
Well, they didn't waste much time the first time around. I doubt they'll waste much the second.
I'll just have to see.
Are you delivering this to the prince, or is this something that we should do?
What do you think? Honest assumption. What do you think?
We don't have any other information. The prince should be made aware, but as to who does it.
I'll talk to her. Maybe I can wrangle something out of her. In the meantime, I'll pass the word along to my network, see if someone's seen something somewhere else in the city. And if something comes up, I'll let you know.
Good.
He kind of sits back and considers the three of you. You've been awful quiet over there, Shadow Man. What you thinking? And he looks at Ted.
I'm really learning about all this as I go.
You're new then?
Only been around 5 years.
Ah, so you are new then. What you think of the city?
Interesting.
Well, I guess that's
A
one.
lot more rules.
Ah, yes. Well, for what it's worth, welcome to our little slice of hell. I think this is the first time it's ever been called interesting.
Places are usually interesting to new people.
What brought you here?
Heard stories about the Coterie. Heard it was safer for people like us.
Huh. Interesting. Well, unless y'all got anything else for me, I got a couple calls to make.
I don't. I might hear in a little bit, but I don't as it sits right now.
No. Though I may have a call or two to make of my own.
I do believe that's everything we have right now.
All right. See what I can find out. And if y'all need anything, let me know. With that, he will... Unless you had something?
Not for him.
Okay. And he will get up and see himself out as usual.
I do have a question for you. Would Lillian be working tonight?
Let me take a roll here. Yes.
Okay. Would that be a... Yes. Yeah, Layla wouldn't have her phone on her. You would turn to the other two. I have a call, or I have to go make a call to see if I can find out if any of these have popped up anywhere else in the city, but that requires the phone I do not have on me.
You can use the office phone downstairs. I would assume you don't want to use that one, and we'll point to the one that's probably on the desk.
I can. It was more to just call from a familiar number.
It's fair.
Layla would call Lillian's phone and leave a message if she did not pick up.
Okay. She would not, so you would get the usual leave a message at the tone and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Hello, Lillian. This is Layla. I have a question to see if there have been a rise in the graffiti that has been popping up in the city. Please call or message me back at my usual number.
Okay.
And then she'll hang it up. I believe she is working tonight, so I don't know if she'll get to her phone anytime soon.
That's fair. Not everybody has theirs literally at hand, whatever they want. So, I understand.
I don't believe her job allows for picking up random phone calls through the day. Or night, as this case may be.
In any case, if she gives me a call back, I'll make sure that she actually follows your instruction and gives you a call back.
Good.
Beyond that, is there anything else that you need?
Should, probably go pick up my phone in case she does answer.
Yes.
Beyond that, not at this moment.
Ted,
Yep.
anything you want or need that I can help with?
I believe I'm all set, thanks.
Before y'all go, my costume designer downstairs. Check in with her. She's gonna take some measurements.
Okay.
It's for the gala.
Should we do that now then? Are they free?
They should be. The person they make costumes for isn't currently in the building, so.
Is there anything you need?
As of right now, I just need somebody's head, and we can't get that yet, so.
No, we cannot. Stand up and head towards the door. Where would I find this costume designer?
With the props.
Okay.
Got a cubby hole in the back.
Are we allowed free reign behind where the work happens then?
I never told you weren't.
I assumed that you would like to keep that to yourself and not share it.
Stay out of the basement. That's... Well, I own it. It's not my area. That's the only thing.
Interesting. And Layla will walk out. And try and find this designer.
Okay. Question before we move on to that. What is Ted doing?
That is also heading to the designer.
Okay. So, true to his word, you make your way downstairs. You make your way back towards the props department. And at the very back, almost like shoved in what's been like a expanded maintenance closet, is a door that is a door with a label that just says costumes.
Just knock, knock, knock.
Hello?
Hello?
And you hear a flurry of movement from inside the room, and this very short lady with thick rimmed glasses, but very impeccably tailored clothes, looks and squints up at you. I don't recognize you. Who are you?
I would be surprised if you did. My name is Layla, and this is Ted. Chance sent us to see you.
Oh, did he? Oh, you're the one he told me about. Yeah. He said you'd be down here. Come in.
Is there room?
Yeah, of course. And she kind of shuffles over to this very comfortable looking couch and sweeps a pile of dresses off and sets them on an open rack about 5 feet away.
Enter.
So, let's see.
And Layla's dragging Ted in.
Of course.
You can see the excitement visibly like sag out of her when she sees Ted walk in. Oh, we've got so much work to do. Oh,
Yes.
honey, you need... Okay, we need layers in the hair. We need definition in the shoulders. Right, and she turns around to her desk, which is a lot neater and more pristine than the rest of the room, and pulls out a pad of paper and a pen. And okay, so you said this was a formal occasion. How formal are we talking? Are we talking black tie? Are we talking like white tie? Is this the wedding? What do we got?
It's the I'm blanking on what you would call it. Oh my gosh, the fundraising gala for the museum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I did one. Okay, so black tie, cocktail, that kind of thing. Cool.
Yes.
Now, you said your name was Layla?
Yes.
Okay. What's your personal preference in formal wear? Are you a floor-length skirt person? Are you a pants person? Are you a mix and match kind of person?
Whatever makes an impression.
Uh-huh.
A good one.
Okay. Well, let me take your measurements, see what I've got. If I need to make something real quick, I can. Let's see. Not quite.
T-pose time.
And she just starts muttering under her breath as she pulls out a tape measure, one of those nice silky cloth ones, and wraps around, takes all your measurements, and is talking to you about what kind of, have you ever worn formal before? Are you for or against heels? Do you prefer jewel tones or muted tones? That kind of thing.
I think jewel tones would look better on her. But she has that more olive colored skin.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes to formal wear.
Okay. Right. And so after a few minutes, she's got your measurements and she says, all right, I might have something I can start with and alter a little bit. You've got a little bit broader shoulders than what I'm used to, but I think I can make it work.
That's fine.
Then she turns and looks at Ted. All right, your turn. Come here.
And Layla will sit down on the couch and watch this show.
Just kind of stick his arms out slightly and just let her do whatever she needs to do.
All right, relax your shoulders, roll them back a little bit. I need you at your full height so I can get an accurate measurement.
Okay.
Have you ever worn formal before?
I swiped this decent suit out of some guy's closet one time. It didn't fit me, but that's about it.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that part, and all I heard was you wore an ill-fitting suit, which is not flattering on anyone. Key to flattering outfits is that they fit and that you feel confident in them. That is what makes them flattering. Now, stand up straight, and please don't slouch over again. And she continues murmuring, let's see. Have you ever worn lifts in your shoes before?
No.
Okay, you might want to, at least for this occasion, consider wearing lifts in your shoes. They kind of tend to help encourage good posture, and looking a little taller might be a little beneficial to you.
Not that short, Jesus.
No, you're not. It's just that I don't know what it is with you guys, but guys kind of tend to feel a little bit more confident the taller they perceive themselves to be when compared to everyone else around them.
Good to know.
Okay. And so, let's see here. Are you going just thinking just a straight black tuxedo? Do you want to try something to match Layla? What are you thinking?
No, we can do straight black.
We don't need to match.
Good to know. I might. And then she shuffles off to ruffle through a stack of tuxedos in varying colors and textures and lengths, and she pulls out a black ensemble a very, very typical black ensemble with the white vest and this silky white cummerbund and all that fun stuff. And she hands it out to Ted and says, "Go ahead, try that on. There's a fitting room just around the corner there."
Yeah.
Do you actually try it on?
Yes.
Okay. So let me take a roll here. So the pants are a little bit long, but other than that, everything seems to fit pretty well for you. And when you come back in and she notices it, "Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to do so much more work on that. Awesome. I just need to hem up the pants and then I can what size shoe do you wear?"
Done.
Okay. I'll get, let's see here. Yeah, I'll get some typical black spats for you to wear, and I'll see about putting some lifts in them for you. Let's see. When did you guys need everything ready by?
I believe it was 3 weeks out.
Okay, good. So I do have a little bit of time to make alterations. Hopefully I don't have to make anything from scratch.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1 week.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Last question, and then I'll let you guys go do whatever it was you're doing. Are there any religious scruples, any modesty things I should take into consideration? I know everyone's a little different about that.
No.
No? Okay. All right. I will see what I can get ready for you, and I will talk to Chance if I need anything, or should I call you directly?
You can do either. And then Layla will hand a card with the library's number. This would be the best way to get hold of me. If I'm not here or with Chance. Not with Chance.
She kind of looks at it and peers at it. "Oh, you work at that snazzy new library over by Meridian."
Yes.
Interesting. My nephew's been in there a couple times. He goes there to study late some nights.
Interesting. What's his name? I might know him.
Let's see here. Which one is it? It was Scott.
Does that ring a bell for Layla?
Nope.
I can't say I know the name, but I'll keep an eye out.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you for letting me know. Now, unless there's anything else you guys needed of me, there's nothing further I need of you. I will get to work on this right away and get back with you as soon as I can. And she just kind of nods and without preamble turns back to her desk and starts muttering furiously in what sounds like maybe Russian.
Ted will get changed back into his regular clothes and then head out.
Okay. Now, let's circle back to Chance real quick. What has Chance been doing the entire time Layla and Ted were down with the costume designer?
Chance has been pretty much out back, making sure everything's going well with the install, and will eventually kind of start walking the actual fence out back, kind of looking for his search party.
Okay. Let me make a quick roll here. So, everything seems to be going pretty well, pretty smoothly at first. Just as you see Layla and Ted coming up from the back of the stage off in the distance, you get a call on your cell phone.
He will pick it up, kind of curious as to who it is. Hello?
Hey, it's Raphael.
Is everything all right?
Maybe. Hey, you got a team out scouting right now by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah, I ran into a couple of your boys over on oh god, where were they? They were heading out towards 38th Street chasing someone. Figured you ought to know.
Good to know. Thank you. Then he will hang up the phone and head over to one of the sedans and kind of get in it and start headed that way.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me wits and awareness. Just to see how much you pick up on.
I got one.
Okay. Well, to be fair, a lot of your bigger vehicles are pretty darn hard to miss, and it's easy to recognize one of your quote unquote service vans parked in the parked around the side of the international market that's over on 38th.
All right. And he will leave the phone in the car, lock it, and start taking a walk.
Okay. Very quickly, you recognize two of the members of one of your security details that went out with Anna, standing by the front door of the market.
What's going on?
They kind of look at each other very nervously. She caught wind of some, I don't even know, some kid maybe tagging up an office building a couple blocks out and decided to give chase. I guess she's in there running him around or something. I'm not entirely sure. She told us to wait out here.
All right. And Chance will proceed in.
Okay. And upon entering, first of all, it's very odd that the front doors are unlocked considering it's 11:30, approaching midnight. It's not super duper early in the evening. And as you walk in, it's just rows and rows and rows of food in all sorts of different languages, different shapes, different sizes. Most of it, I'm not even sure you would know what they are. But you do see a trail of destruction snake its way in and out of the aisles, food tipped over, a couple carts with wheels still spinning as if the chase had just recently dragged through there.
And Chance will mosey his way through, trying to get a general idea of what's going on where.
Okay. Let's see here. It seems to be a generic trail of destruction. You're not seeing much in terms of blood or like cut open things, scratch marks, weird defacements of any sort. However, as you get towards the back, you can hear the faint remnants of some banging and shouting. You can hear a man and a woman yelling back and forth at each other, and the woman her voice you would recognize.
So at that point, he'll kind of pick up the pace a little bit and start headed toward the back.
Okay. And as you get towards the back, you make your way back into the storage rooms, piled high with still packaged goods that haven't even been unwrapped and placed properly yet. And behind a stack of pallets, you hear this guy just cussing up a storm.
She got you cornered?
Who the fuck is that? And you hear a thunk. Ow! What'd you do that for?
Well, this is why I pay her. Is the corner rats when they decide that they want to cause problems for everyone.
Man, screw you! You're the one that came in causing problems for everyone else.
I don't think that's quite true there.
Why don't you call your attack dog off and maybe you can see what I'm talking about?
Or you can come out all nice and decide that we can have a civil conversation. Unless, of course, you want my attack dog to thwack you again.
This sucks. Fine. And from out of the shadows, between this stack of very narrow pallets, steps a figure who is completely dressed, head to toe black. They are massaging their head and essentially Frog marches them out to you.
Now, we can do this here, or we can do this somewhere that's a little bit more comfortable. Leave that up to you.
You tower types and your whatever.
Come with me. And Chance will hold on to the back of his shirt as he walks him out.
All right. He puts up a little bit of a token resistance, but Anna smacks him upside the head again pretty good, and he kind of cows back down a little.
I promise you she can hurt you a whole hell of a lot more than that, so I'd stop.
Just kind of rolls his eyes, but he'll follow you wherever you decide to lead him.
And we'll sit him in the car. We'll buckle him in. And go around, sit down, drive him back to the club. On the way, we'll send a message to Layla. Just saying, I found a new friend. Obviously isn't going to get it immediately, but she'll have that waiting for her when she gets there. And then as far as Ted is concerned, depending on if Ted has left yet or not, we'll also alert Ted to that, and we'll walk him up to the office.
So with that, would Layla and Ted have left?
Yep. So Chance never said anything to them, so Layla would have gone back to the library to get her phone.
Okay. So, when you do finally arrive and get your phone, you have a voice message from your friend over at the police department.
You listen to that immediately.
Okay. Just says, odd that you mentioned that we were actually out documenting a tagging site over, and she'll give an address on the north side of town. It's odd that you mentioned that because we've seen a rash of them popping up lately. Is this something you know about? If it's something we should be concerned with, please let me know. You know what number to call me back at.
We will call that number back.
And it rings only once before you hear a very relieved voice. Oh, thank gosh, you got back to me.
Yes, I just retrieved my phone. How many of these have you guys found?
Oh gosh, how many have we found? There was the one over by the bank, then there was the one over by the, let's see, 5 in total tonight.
Just tonight?
Yeah.
Would you be able to send me the addresses as to where they were found, both tonight and if any of these well, did they look like swords?
Swords?
With odd handles.
Odd handles. 1 second, and you can hear her kind of ruffling around in the background. Not all of them were. I got 2 of them that kind of match your description.
And the others?
Most of it was just looks like it was like new gang activity or something. Something's riling up people, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're having some sort of art contest. Who knows?
Would you be able to let me see them?
Let me see what I can do. And are you alright if I put you on hold for a minute? I need to...
Yes, that's fine. We can hide it as if I'm bringing you lunch or something.
Okay, good. That's going to make it easier on me. 1 second. And she will hang up the phone or put you on hold for a few seconds, and I will make a roll for her. Okay. After a few seconds, she comes back and okay, yeah, I think I can get you you can't take the originals, but I can get you some copies if we make it just kind of a brief, you're bringing me a meal and stuff like that, our usual.
That works for me. What would you like?
I'm not picky. Just swing by a sandwich shop and bring me whatever they got. It's fine. I don't care.
Okay. And Layla will do exactly that.
Okie dokie.
Sandwich salad soup.
Easy enough to do. Right here. Okay. So it's easy to find a 24-hour mom and pop place that'll sell you a soup and a sandwich that actually looks pretty good, or at least you think it would if you still ate mortal food.
Fair enough.
And you're able to swing it by, and She makes a little bit of a show of, "Oh, I'm so glad you brought me dinner. I can't believe I left it again. Thanks, you're a lifesaver." And as she grabs the bag, she slips a few pieces of folded up paper into your hand.
Thank you. I'm glad I asked if you had it.
Thanks for saving my night. And she sits back down at the desk. While you're here, is there anything else you need?
No, just let me know if anything else pops up that you need.
Will do.
And Layla will leave. I hope. Are there addresses attached to the pictures?
Yes, there are addresses scrawled in a very messy, quick handwriting on both of the pictures that she gave you.
Okay. And they are of the swords?
Yes.
Okay.
They are exactly what you thought they would be.
She's gonna give a call to Raphael.
He picks up after a few rings. Hola.
This is Layla. I pulled some strings with a contact and was able to find 2 locations that the police have found with that same symbol that they have documented.
Okay.
And she'll read off the addresses.
Oh, okay. So that first one you gave me, I think Chance has actually got that one nailed down. I saw his crew out there, because that one is the address for an office building just across the street from the International Market where Anna had cornered the tagger.
I don't know who that is. Are you saying that to me or as
I'm saying that over.
Okay.
I'm saying that over the table. And then Raphael kind of thinks for a minute. That second address. Oh, where is that? Ooh, that's one of those converted churches just on the edge of downtown. Wow, they really are getting brave.
This is just tonight.
Great.
I was able to obtain copies of pictures from them to verify.
Wonderful. So the police have images. I'm definitely dropping a line to Killian now. I think he can take care of the police angle on that.
Good.
And I will have someone scope out the converted church, since Chance has already got a handle on that other one. Unless you wanted to.
I will not be doing that alone. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, I'll send someone to check it out and see what we can find.
Thank you.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yep.
And with that, yep.
And then she is going to go back to the club, actually. Or at least make her way that way until the text comes through. And then continue to go there.
Yeah. You'd probably get the text shortly after you hung up with Raphael.
Okay.
Has Ted been doing anything in particular this time?
A nice snack.
Are you taking advantage of Chance's hospitality, or have you gone hunting elsewhere?
Gone hunting.
Okay, go ahead and real quick roll me wits and streetwise.
That's a 1.
Okay. Nothing immediately jumps out at you as something that could be a quick hit. You do see a couple of slightly run-down apartments that you think you might be able to get an easy in and out, but you're not entirely sure how many people might be in there.
Yeah, I only got 2 hunger, so not worth the risk right now.
Okay. So where would you like to go from there?
He is also going to head towards his apartment and start looking around for the symbol that they've been seeing.
Okay, go ahead and roll me what's an awareness.
I'm going to burn a willpower.
Okay. Yeah.
1.
Okay, you don't notice anything? Nothing seems out of place?
And about what time is it now?
It's a little after midnight at this point.
Well, probably saving for a bit unless Chance or Layla come back for him.
Would Chance or Layla?
Layla would swing by, not knowing if he's there.
Okay. And so after a little bit, you do see Layla's car pull up.
No, hold on. Is there something come up?
Yes. Chance found a rat sneaking around.
Ted will jump in.
And then off to the club.
Alrighty. And so while Layla is picking up Ted, what would Chance like to do with his visitor?
Would set them down. Would take the stuff off of their face and actually get a good look at them.
Okay. So you take their mask off and pull their hood back, and it is a Nos. Definitely one of the better looking Nos, so probably a younger one. There's a couple of pockmarks on the skin, but nothing super deformed and grotesque about them.
And what can I call you?
Whatever. Call me James.
Well, James, I'm one that believes in due process for most people. Seeing as you really didn't hurt anything, you just decided to spray paint stuff. Unless, of course, you're the one that hurt my generator. Was that you, or was that one of your friends?
He just starts laughing. No, I don't. I don't have any knack for that stuff. That was all Brandy.
No. Brandy's gonna get her hand broken.
Good luck finding her.
I promise you, if I really wanted to find somebody, I'd find them. No harm, no foul. We're getting it taken care of. Now, you said I come in and started causing problems for everyone. What do you mean by that?
Not you specifically. Your whole ivory tower bullshit causing problems for everyone else.
How are we causing problems for y'all.
One of you not. You guys think you rule everything under the moon.
I mean, I think we're doing a pretty good job of it here.
Only because y'all live in a reverberation chamber of your own. Ain't worth it.
So, I would assume, and this is just purely going off of the symbols I found, y'all are part of the Sabat.
Nah.
No, you're just using that to cause problems for everyone.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would, and it would be smart if you told me.
Go ahead and roll me either charisma and intimidation or manipulation and intimidation.
Be using charisma and intimidation.
Okay.
That is 3.
Okay. He just kind of smirks and looks back at you. No, I don't think I will.
I miscounted. It's actually 4, but anyway. Well, I promise you, the more you cooperate, the more likely it is that you're actually just going to be able to walk free eventually. Because obviously, I can't just let you go. I've got to give you to the proper channels, but I can put a good word in for you.
Walk free. What an oxymoron. There's no freedom for us. You just get to pick who you're a slave to.
Right. But wouldn't you rather be a slave to somebody that you're choosing rather than who you're forced to?
No. At least then I'd have a reason to fight.
Yeah, well, let me change some tactics then, since you can't see logic. Thought y'all were supposed to be smart, but apparently not. How about? And he will kind of do his best to lock eyes with him. You tell me everything that you know, and we'll actually use mesmerize.
Okay.
And I will pass that route check.
Okay. Okay. Some intelligence and resolve.
And I am going to use a willpower on mine.
Okay. What'd you get?
I got 3.
So tie goes to the active, so he looks at you for a moment, and then you can see the horror slide over his face just as he almost unconsciously starts rambling. I don't know. And he just starts going off about how he's part of a group that got paid via Dead Drop to post these images all over the city. He doesn't really know or care who's paying him or what these symbols are supposed to be of. Money's money. We were just doing it for the payday and things along that line, just repeating himself over and over and over.
And where are y'all based out of?
Based out of? Well, let's see. I don't know where Brandy is. She remotes in. It's mostly just been me, Lewis, and a couple others. We've been meeting up at this old church on the north side. Well, it used to be a church anyway.
Thanks. Probably would be good to write down the address of that church for me. And we'll actually take the pen and notepad out of the desk drawer and hand it to him.
And you can see him visibly struggling to try and almost physically stop himself from writing. But he does. It's very shakily scrawled, but you do get the address.
And we'll pull the radio that he's still got in his pocket out of his pocket. Martin, I need you up here.
Coming, boss. And very shortly after, you hear the thump, thump, thump of Martin's boot steps on the linoleum. And he swings the door open. Jeez, what happened, boss?
Oh no, that's just his face. It's fine. Write this down, Neater. And make sure we have 2 copies.
Okay. He'll take the paper and pen from your friend and write it out.
Now, I need one of those copies because I'm going to hand it over, but I need at sundown tomorrow, you and your team, specifically your team, to go to that address and make sure that nobody walks out of there, but don't kill them. Okay? I know that's a tall task and something that I ain't asked you to do a whole heck of a lot, but
I'll have to drag the old guard with me. Some of these new bloods are a little jumpy.
that's why I said your team, not the team. If you run into any issues, let me know.
Sure thing, boss.
And we'll turn back. Like, now you sit here. I've got some friends that are coming by, and they're probably going to ask you the same questions. You've already told me this, so I can either tell them or you can tell them. Just makes it easier for yourself.
His face just sours at that.
Between you and me, one's a Bruja. The other's a La Sombra. I'm a little bit nicer than they are sometimes.
His eyes go wide at the mention of a La Sombra. He stays quiet at that. And in short order, Layla and Ted do in fact arrive to much activity in Chance's establishment.
Layla's not even wasting any time. Immediately to the office.
Right behind Layla.
Okay. And you are greeted with Chance at the tail end of an interrogation.
Layla would knock before she entered. She wouldn't barge in. She's not that rude.
Come in.
Now she would go in. Look at the NUS. Back to Chance.
Would make introductions. Now, he's been telling me a real fun story.
Mm-hmm.
I think letting him tell it would be a good idea, though. Because it doesn't quite have the same brevity come from me.
Layla will turn to the NUS.
he's got this mix of fear and frustration in his eyes. Like, he desperately does not want to say anything, but he's terrified of the idea of you. And so after a moment of hesitation,
You know that this would be much easier on you if you were to just cooperate, correct?
You sound like him. You know what? Whatever. In for a penny, in for a pound, I guess. I was hired to come into this group. We were all paid by dead drop and communicated with by dead drop. Just here's the stencil, put this up over there, you'll get paid when it's done. Here's the stencil, go put this up over there, you'll get paid when it's done.
And where was your dead drop?
Mailbox of this old, used to be a church, got converted into one of those family shelters up on the north side.
This is just for money. You have no loyalties to anyone.
No.
Is he lying?
Do you want to roll to find out?
Yes.
That is
Wits and insight.
dangerous. That is a dangerous line to have.
5 on a messy.
And Chance will also roll. I got 4. No messy.
You said wits and awareness? Or insight?
Wits and insight. Wits and insight.
I'm not gonna bother rolling.
Okay. From what you guys can tell, he's telling the truth. He might be holding some information back, some details, but what he's saying is the truth.
So what are the bits you aren't telling us? There's definitely a very cold expression covering over Ted's face.
Jeez, it's fine. So there was a second dead drop somewhere in the city that the guy coordinating our group got his instructions from, separate from us. I had some special instructions about... I overheard him talking about it once with someone. Yeah, something special. Sometimes he was sent out separate from us to tag a place and add something special to the tag. I couldn't quite make out what he was saying.
And who was that?
Who was who? The
Who was
guy that
sent
went out
on these special missions?
That would be Lewis.
And where is Lewis?
Right now, fuck findo. Got scared off a couple nights ago, and he's probably stewing somewhere in the city about how he didn't get paid for the museum job. We were specifically told we wouldn't get paid unless the tag was completed. So
Would he go back to complete it?
Knowing him, probably.
You had mentioned a church. Would the location match the one that Layla had from the police?
Yes.
So, you had your base of operations in a church?
Well, it's not a church anymore, like I said. it's a day shelter, and so it's kind of empty at night, and people don't really check on it, so it was a handy place to meet and then disperse.
So none of you stayed there?
No, I don't know where any of them stay.
Well, next time, perhaps you shouldn't tag your meeting place to bring it to the attention of police.
He said he cleaned that up.
No. Now,
Lewis likes to test his formulas, and he swore to us that he'd clean it up.
now
Piece
in
of shit,
order
you know.
to keep less trouble on yourself from the power that be of the Primogen Council and the Prince, perhaps you should tell us what you know.
Well, like I just did. Like I
Because
said,
the
I don't.
mortals have evidence. And Layla will pull out the picture.
Look, lady, like I said, I don't know nothing about nothing. We were just paid to put these up. I honestly couldn't give less of a shit.
Well, do you have a phone number for any of them?
No.
How do you get a hold of each other?
We
If
meet
you
up
need
at
to.
this. We meet up at the same place, same time every week.
And what time would that be?
He kind of leans back away from Layla.
And Layla's getting right in his face.
Jeez. You got. You know what? Fine. We're actually supposed to meet 2 nights from now. 11:30 in the basement. Basement? Yeah, that's where they. Yeah, basement.
Good.
Oh, good. That makes it easier for us then. Now, what do you suggest that we do with you? Because, like I said, you can't just walk out of here. Also, have you pegged which one's which yet?
I'm assuming the one that got in my face is the fucking brouhaha.
That'd probably be smart. So, which one are you more scared of?
You really think I care right now? You really think I'd be spilling my guts if I cared what happened to me at this point?
Right, just trying to figure out who to take with me when we take you where we got to take you.
Do your worst, man.
I suggest we give him to the Nosferatu Primogen. I'm sure he would love to have fun with that.
We could absolutely do that.
Do you have a different suggestion?
We're just going to give him to Killian.
Killian will be preoccupied, I think.
If that's the case, I mean, I could also give you back to my guard dog. Would you like that?
Your guard dog, Prince's guard dog. Doesn't matter.
Can, real fast, Layla would text Raphael saying to not bother with the church yet. She'll call with more information.
You will get a thumbs up emoji in short order.
Well, Since that's the case, and you don't care what happens to you, I'm gonna step out if he's in one piece when I get back. Honestly, I'll be kind of surprised, but do your worst. And Chance will step downstairs.
Layla will turn to Ted, actually. I don't feel like I need to waste my time with that. Do you want to do anything with him?
Not really. Getting him to the hospital might be the best idea. Because we don't know what other information he has.
Well, I agree. I just don't feel like I need to waste my time with one of them. And Layla will walk out.
Yeah, Ted will stay on with him.
He's just gonna death glare at you the whole time unless you say something.
Stare back, but completely dead-eyed.
Just for kicks and giggles, go ahead and just roll me straight resolve. Beats his one. You just you stare dead-eyed at him, and for a minute or two, he seems to be trying to hold out. But the longer that you stare at him, the more he starts to feel the weight of exactly how dead that dead-eyed stare is. And he just kind of gives you this weird look of what the hell is wrong with you. Meanwhile, what are Layla and Chance doing outside the office?
Chance is having a conversation, altering plans with Barton.
Layla would wait if he's close by.
Honestly, he's probably like at the bottom of the stairs.
Martin's kind of nodding along and intermittently clarifying things with you, speaking into a radio to the rest of his team, and just kind of that back and forth.
So we got the plan?
Yes, sir, boss.
Good. Now, hold off and make sure nobody else shows up prior to going in, though.
Will do.
Then we'll proceed back upstairs.
Ted is in there with him. I didn't find it pertinent that he should be privy to this. And Layla will hand over the photocopies. These were from my contact in the police. I did call Raphael to let him know. Killian will be looking into the matters with the police themselves. I don't know who is checking out the church.
Well,
I did tell Raphael to wait on the church if you want to do something else with it.
Well, I have my team going there and ready to take care of whatever problems may be. We will hold off if the prince says otherwise. Just figured if I can handle it in the house, I might as well, right?
The offer was put out if we wanted to, but I didn't want to go to the church alone while I was speaking with him earlier. So I can call and tell him we will be handling it.
Well, gotta drop them off. one way or another, we'll get the message there.
Do you want to give him to the Nosferatu Primogen, or would you like to give him to somebody else?
Probably makes the most sense to give him there, but the other idea was to present him to the prince and let her decide.
Well, shall we be ready to make that trip?
Yes.
I don't have any physical means of keeping him in place if he decides to try to run.
Oh, I'm sure we do somewhere around here. Sure, we got some rope or some chain or handcuffs or something.
Good.
And he'll kind of pop his head in. Y'all two ready?
Yep.
Probably do well for you to cover your face up again.
He just kind of scoffs and rolls his eyes. Doesn't move to put the mask back on.
I'm not gonna ask twice.
He is visibly like shaking as with anger as he puts the mask back on and pulls his hood back up.
See, there you go, being smart. Come on, and don't fight it any more than you have to. I don't want to deal with it, and you don't want to deal with it, and Ted doesn't want to deal with it, and Layla don't want to deal with it. All right.
He kind of shuffles along, but he follows.
Ted will place him in the car again, just this time in the back.
Childlike time.
Yeah. Chance will jump in the front and wait for everyone to get in.
Layla will also get in the front.
That's in the back with his new friend.
Is there any conversation to be had on the way up? Or is it just an icy silence the entire way?
I see silence.
Yeah, unless our new friend decides to speak.
He ain't saying 2 words. You think you catch a that should have just killed me when they had the chance as you approach the circle. But other than that, he doesn't say much of anything at all.
And we'll go to the hotel.
You're greeted by some familiar faces at the desk. You've seen these security guards before. Hello, how can I help you? Okay, right on up then?
Yes, please.
Sure. And one of them immediately leans over to pay what you assume to be page the prince that someone's on their way up, while the other one fiddles with the elevator to make sure you get sent directly up there. And in short order, you are once again back in the boardroom where the prince has received you a few times before. She is not there this time, though. The attendant that lets you in says that she is on her way and will be there shortly, though.
Turn to our nods and sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
You can see in his eyes that he is briefly considering just sitting on the floor like a stubborn child before he seems to think better of himself and actually sits in one of the seats at the end of the nearby conference table.
And Chance will just stand over top of him.
Layla will sit across from him.
That's nice to have them off to the side.
And as you guys settle in, the doors to the conference room bang open, and the prince she's not quite running, but definitely moving at a very quick pace as she just tears into the room, flanked by two people you've never seen before, both holding clipboards and frantically trying to take papers from her. Excuse me, if I could English tonight, that would be great. They're taking papers from her as she's trying to smooth herself out, and she kind of looks up. What is this?
You want to know if there was any problems? Well, we found one. Exactly who was causing some of them.
Wonderful. Would the
And
two
Layla
of
will
you leave us?
Set the papers on the table.
Oh,
I said Layla will set the papers on the table as the prince is doing that.
Yeah. As the prince kind of motions to dismiss her assistants, her eyes widen at the papers that are set on the table. Oh. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this. And she moves over to sit down. Go ahead. Tell me everything, I guess.
Would you like to start, Chance?
Well, we found this one and deciding that it was a good idea to paint on the side of an office building not too far from my establishment. One of my security members chased them into a market which is being cleaned up, as well as the tag is, and cornered them. I'm just happy I have good security team members. I escorted them back to my establishment. We had a heart-to-heart, and they told me some basics of their operation. They were hired to paint these all over the city. He claims that he doesn't know who's paying them, which I would be inclined to believe currently. However, I'm sure you'll have your own questions for him.
Indeed.
They do, however, have a meeting time and a meeting place. It's in 2 nights at a converted church in north of the city at roughly 11 p.m. I have my team ready to apprehend the rest of them.
Uh-huh.
Assuming that's something that you would like me to do.
Well, I certainly see no reason why not. You've apparently handled this quite capably. Miss Layla, do you have anything to add?
Other than the fact that the mortal police have seen these two tonight, no. I do not personally have the means of erasing that type of documented things from them, though.
Mm-hmm. Fortunately enough, I do. I will make sure this gets taken care of. Thank you for bringing it to my attention in a timely manner.
Now, Would you like us to leave him with you, or do you have a place that you would like him delivered?
Oh no, you can leave him with me. I've been needing some stress relief. And she grins. Wicked looking grin.
Very well. I believe that would be our cue to leave.
I would agree.
Have a safe evening, the three of you.
You have fun for the rest of yours.
Layla just inclines her head to the prince and follows Chance.
Open up the door for both of them.
Okay. And in short order, you are escorted back to the lobby. I assume you head back out to your vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Does Chance take a look at his phone when he gets back in the vehicle?
He will take a look at the phone, yeah.
Okay. You have a very short voicemail from your team.
Okay.
It's just a check-in. Hey, we made it. Haven't seen any activity.
I will delete it and pretty much ignore it at that point. Kind of turn to the other two. See, sometimes brownie points with somebody a little bit higher than a primogen's better to have than following proper protocol. Sometimes you have to take the bull by the horns, as it were.
I assume you know that firsthand, then.
Well, I didn't get where I'm at in such short time by just letting things happen, did I?
Sure.
How long has Amber been a ghoul? Do you even know?
That was Layla.
You would know that she has actually been a ghoul for longer than you have been a kindred.
Kindred or Gould herself?
Kindred. She was taken on as a ghoul shortly before you were like properly turned.
Okay. She was Gould after I was, but
Right, and that was more than 10 years ago, I assume.
yes.
Yet, it took about a year and a half for me. She seems capable, but she doesn't seem driven. Getting brownie points is certainly the goal. Showing that you're above and beyond normal. It's really what you're trying to do.
I suppose I wouldn't know that having to get my way into the Camarilla as a Bruja.
You showed something.
Yes, that was
Otherwise,
why
you
I was
wouldn't be
given the
here.
responsibility I was given.
Exactly. And I'm sure you probably don't want to just be for the rest of your existence. So doing what you can to set yourself apart is the ultimate goal here.
Yes, like having the favor of a Ventro Primogen, even though I myself am a part of an opposing clan.
Sorry. And yet you're still allowed, and you're still actually kind of favored.
Exactly. Just where I want to be right now.
And Ted is relatively unknown to most. I'm sure probably not something that you're overly concerned about, just knowing what little bit I know about you. But eventually, both of you have to have more aspirations than what you're currently at.
Sometimes being in the shadow has its uses.
Yes, but
And what of you? You've come to this city, new, opened the club. What are your aspirations?
well, to say I'm not afraid to step on some necks to get to exactly where I want to go is an understatement. I would just rather step on the correct necks and not make enemies along the way.
That is a rather short-term view of things. Given that if one plays your cards right, you have a long time to accomplish these things.
Why wait?
I haven't really thought about. Perhaps that's something I haven't really thought about.
What? The fact that we essentially have as long as we are able to stay alive. Well, roughly alive.
I'm just used to taking things day by day.
One needs to have goals and aspirations, plans.
See, one of my fraternity brothers told me something. It kind of still resounds with me a long time ago. And that would be, take what is yours. Nothing's going to be handed to you without taking it. Even if it's a little bit more freedom to kind of do what it is that you want to do, that would be that would be the goal.
I would agree.
You don't need to be a Primogen or Seneschal or whoever the hell else you want to be tomorrow. However, you're not going to get there unless you start taking what's you're owed now.
Interesting.
Because we're owed a certain amount for having to deal with the bullcrap that we've had to deal with up until now. I don't need material possessions, obviously. So paying me money is basically useless.
Why do
I'm
you
sure
think I'm not exactly where I need or want to be currently?
Not saying that you're not. I'm just saying. Why wait to get exactly where you want to end up?
I didn't. As soon as I decided that is what I want, I worked to make it happen. I've only been in the city for, what do we say, about 2 years? Buttons?
Mm-hmm.
I've only been here working for about 2 years.
And you're a head librarian.
Oh, it's more than that. Have you ever heard of the Nielsen Libraries?
Is that something that Chance might have heard of?
Mm-hmm. They're enough widespread around the... You would, yeah.
That is what I am a caretaker of.
Okay. So you're a head librarian.
I am able to have the resources in which to conduct my own research.
Right. But you have to ask for them, right?
No,
You have to get them okayed. You have to submit that to someone else because ultimately somebody else is paying for it.
some of it is my own and some of it is through that. Yes, I have to make them available, but I'm still able to do it.
Well, what exactly is it that you would like to research?
I don't know you well enough for that.
Could be something that you're interested in. It doesn't have to be anything private. You know, if you're interested in breeds of Argentinian mole rats, I'll get you whatever you need for that. I don't care.
That is very specific.
Right, but also pretty rare and hard to get, right?
And why would I put myself into this debt with you?
There'd be no debt. It's just proof that whatever you need, all you gotta do is ask me, and I can get it.
Funny, it sounded like another offer I was given.
VtM?
Must run in your clan.
Well, we are the Clan of Kings, ain't we?
Indeed. And I am the clan of philosophers, learners, teachers.
You used to be.
Exactly.
And then things happened.
They did.
Kind of.
But let me tell you one thing. Not every bruja follows that. Some are what we were meant to be.
Some try to be more than what people perceive them to be.
Those
what I'm
pretenders, those fake ones, do not deserve the name, but they take it anyway.
Right. And you're one of these.
One of.
The pretenders.
Oh, no, absolutely not. If I was, I would be raging in the streets, causing anarchy, causing problems, rousing the rabble.
Who you're calling the ones that are more numerous, the pretenders.
There's reasons. And if you don't know my clan's history and all of that, then I don't expect you to understand. But I am what we were meant to be. What we were supposed to be.
Right. Well, I am what we've always been, and what we will always be.
Well, one has to hope that no pretender comes to try to usurp your clan and change them. Because that is the misfortune that happened with mine.
Right. Yours, I would like to say, was more evolution than anything.
No, not at all.
But
Evolution would imply that it was a natural occurrence.
Right. Well, in any case, one side or the other, we'll see exactly where you lie on the
Where I lie
Rudy.
is with what the true Bruja should be.
time will tell, won't it?
I suppose so. Given that is where my bloodline comes from. I have no need to hide this. I am proud of that fact.
Well, you know yours, I know mine. So, I guess we should probably help Ted find his.
Sure, it'll be exciting.
Because the fun thing here is the Clan of Kings, he's got a crown. What?
I don't know much about my clan.
Well, I know enough to tell you some high-level things. That's a conversation for another night, I think. I think getting everyone back to where they belong and getting settled down, more in order.
Were you going to ask me something about he's a crown, your sword and scepter? Were you going to ask something?
Well, what's yours?
Time is a virtue. It's a clock.
It doesn't quite fit the theme, does it? At least it's not an anarchy
Nothing.
symbol.
Exactly.
Or a mask.
Any of those who know their history would know exactly what mine is. And why. It is unfortunate that you do not. Because I know your clan's history.
I think mine's a little bit better documented than yours.
No, mine was just burned down.
Why would that be? And who would that be from? I wonder.
I wonder. But that's fine. Once you rise from such a wreckage, you become stronger from it. Stronger than those who did not have to suffer such hardships.
I'm going to try to quote the hard times make strong people. Strong people make strong people.
And thus why the old lines of the Bruja are still going despite your clan trying to end them.
And yet you still work for us. And with us.
Correct.
However, funny.
Isn't it just?
Sometimes you remind me of my sister, you know that?
Now how would I know that?
Oh no, I'm saying you should know that. Say turn of phrase. No offense, but in my opinion, she's a little bit prettier than you, though.
It's fine.
Takes after my mom. She looks a lot better than I did.
I don't
Or
need
do.
your praise.
Something tells me that if I gave you praise, you would actually reject it.
You can say whatever you want. All words have a meaning and a purpose.
They do, don't they?
Yes.
And Chance will be relatively quiet for the rest of the drive.
Okay. Quick question. Did Layla bring her phone with her in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. About that time, Layla, you would actually be getting a call from your friend at the police department.
She would answer, and I will be back in 1 second, but I can, excuse me, still here.
Okay. So it is, it's your contact over at the police department. She is calling and says, "Hey, I can't talk for too long. I just kind of wanted to let you know as a courtesy that we got a notification of, oh shoot, what did they call him? A porch pirate? One of those people that like to steal packages off of people's front steps, that kind of thing. They took a couple boxes from the delivery door behind your library. One of your neighbors caught them snooping away with a couple boxes. Just figured I'd give you the courtesy of a heads up."
Thank you. Anything else?
There's probably going to be someone out there, not me, that wants to get a statement from you since you're kind of in charge, quote unquote, over there.
I will be there soon.
Okay. Chilling up.
How close are we to the library? Are we closer than Chance's Club?
You would be closer to Chance's Club at this point.
Okay. Layla will hang up the phone.
Proceeding on to the club then?
Yeah, if that's closer, there's no reason to detour.
Okay. Just checking. And in short order, you do in fact arrive at the club.
Layla will get out and not even head towards the building. Something has come up that I need to deal with. If there's anything here that needs to be dealt with, please give me a call and I will come afterwards.
Anything you need help with?
I doubt the perpetrators are still there, but apparently some of the books I have ordered were stolen.
It's unfortunate.
Is you are welcome to come if you want, but I have to go make a statement.
Well, I want to help me being there.
Have fun. I'm sure it's not going to be, but
No.
nobody likes things taken from them.
No, and I'm curious as to why it was involving research I was doing from information we got from Leech.
Well, that's kind of important then, isn't it?
Exactly. And I'm curious as to a few different things over this. And she'll start walking away unless you guys have to say anything else.
Nope.
She's heading to the library.
Figures. And true to her word, when you get to the library, it looks like things have mostly cleared up. By now, the police car no longer has its lights on, but there is a policeman loitering by the front door, pen and paper in hand, obviously looking for what you assume to be you.
I pass Blush of Life,
Cool.
and Layla will walk up to him. I just heard there was an incident.
You're Miss Layla, yes?
Yes.
Awesome. Officer Bryant, I'm just here to get the finishing statements. I promise this won't take up too much of your time, as I understand you were out most of this evening.
I was. Would you like to take this into the office or do this out here?
Yeah, we can take this into the office. And he will hold the door open for you.
She will lead the way in.
And he will follow you back to the office.
And she will gesture for him to take a seat across from her, and she will sit down.
Like I said, this is just proprietary. I'm just taking the usual follow-up questions.
That's fine.
Can you verify where you were between 10 and 12 tonight?
Yes, I was with an acquaintance of mine who owns a club.
Which club?
The Sword and Scepter. His name is Chance, if you would like to verify anything.
Yeah, we've got some pretty good security around there, from what I hear. We'll be sure to drop in and verify that, but if you were there, chances are pretty good you were there. That's a pretty upstanding place as far as we can tell. Let's see, we had a neighbor call in around a little before midnight, saying that she saw someone skulking around and a figure. Couldn't give a very accurate description though. made off with a series of boxes.
Yes, I had ordered a few books that were being delivered today.
Okay. Just in case they turn up somewhere, would you mind giving me a list of what books you had ordered? That way, if we find them, we can return them to you.
She will give a list of some of the random titles that she had purchased alongside of the Codex Seraphinus is what should have been coming tonight, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And he just kind of nods. Okay. Have you had any other similar experiences to this lately?
No, although there was someone who decided to graffiti in the back of the church. We've had it cleaned up. It's not that big of a problem, but that is not something we've had to deal too much of before.
Oh, great. Another one.
Yes, there was one near my friend's as well.
Your friend?
Chance.
Oh, there was one out there? Oh, we didn't hear about that one. I'll have to check in with that.
As you said, he has good security.
Okay. I'll be sure to double check with him. Thank you for letting me know. And have you seen anything odd lately that you think might even possibly be connected to this? Anyone that's made any threats against the library? Any new vagabonds hanging around? I know we've got a pretty dense transient population around here.
No. I don't know why they would be tempted to steal from a library. It's not like they can't come in and read or anything like that. But no, I've noticed no one skulking about or anything. And I don't believe any of the workers have either.
Okay. Okay. And he kind of rifles through his back pocket and pulls out his wallet, and he pulls out a card, and he says, "Would you mind giving this to your day staff and telling them to call in if they happen to see anything? We've had a few occasions where people steal boxes of Amazon stuff and they end up returning it the next day or whatever because it's not something they thought valuable. Just in case they come back to the scene of the crime, we can catch them."
Of course.
Thanks. I think that's all of my questions that I have for now. Any other details that you would like to leave with me? Any last statements you would like to make? Anything you would like to make known to us?
No. I've only had a handful of things stolen from here, and that was when I first started. After we bumped up security, they kind of stopped even trying to mess with anything here. So the tagging and the stealing is a surprise.
Yeah, I bet it was. It's usually a pretty quiet area. All right, well, I'll get out of your hair. I'll get this back to headquarters, and we'll keep an eye out. Like you said, if you see anything, say something.
Of course.
You have a good rest of your evening. Try and get some sleep if you can.
I will. Thank you. You as well. I appreciate your diligence.
He just kind of nods and shuffles back through his notes and kind of lets himself out. And with that on, do you have something real quick to wrap up?
It is going to immediately call Chance.
Okay.
Hello?
I feel it's fair to warn you that you may be getting a call to verify where I was at a place and time. I don't know if they're going to ask for visual evidence, but I did come in with Ted.
Oh, well, our security cameras were spray painted, so I don't have visual evidence. I'm sorry.
Good. I didn't want you to be surprised by it.
Regardless, I'll make sure you don't get in trouble.
It is appreciated.
No need in purposely getting people in hot water, right?
It would be bad if one of us ended up in police custody.
I doubt they do that, but looking at you more than they have to was my concern.
Well, even being taken in for questioning can go wrong. But I didn't want you to be taken by surprise if you randomly get a phone call asking.
Thank you for the heads up.
Not a problem. But you will hang up.
Okay. With that, let's swing over to Chance real quick. What was Chance doing prior to that very interesting phone call?
First, we'll make sure that Ted is good, and if Ted wants to talk about anything, we can talk about it.
Yeah, actually, that phone that your boy ordered came. Just where's the best place to get that set up?
Hold on. Actually, come with me. Just don't touch anything, please.
Of course.
And we'll walk into his manager's office. Hey, can you get somebody to go when we drop him off? Make sure they hook his phone up for him. It's an older phone. He doesn't quite understand how it actually physically works, so we'll give him a heads up of how it works too. Probably a good idea.
Gotcha. I know just the person, and he turns and radios for someone, and after a minute, a older looking gentleman, late 50s, early 60s, comes over. Said you needed a phone hookup?
Yeah. Old Ted here thought it was good to get a rotary phone and know how to use it.
I don't want to dare.
Kind of looks Ted up and down. You into vintage stuff or something?
Working my way into it.
Nice. Yeah, sure, I'll come and hook your phone up for you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Ted?
No, that's it. Just want to make sure you guys head up. We're going to be able to get a hold of me if you needed me.
One way or another, we'll be able to get a hold of you. If there's anything that you want to talk about or anything that we need to talk about, by all means, A, you know where I'm at. B, and it'll actually write down a separate phone number that's not the office phone. It's not actually like the cell phones. It'll be directly to his room. You can call that number, or you can call the other two. It doesn't really matter. That one is emergencies only, though, and that's typically for them.
Okay. Thank you.
If you don't want to hang around, I can get someone to take you home now. Well, I can get him to take you home now, or you can hang around for a little while, enjoy yourself, relax a little bit. I have to go give my cat a bath.
All right, well, good luck with that, and have a good night.
And that is what Chance is going to do.
Okay. And you would probably get that call from Layla, like, just as you're trying to towel dry off the cat, who is probably fighting you like a banshee.
Chance more than likely just kind of like has it by the scruff of its neck, and it's kind of now, and places it gently in the towel and like wraps it up and dries it off. Beyond that, we'll check in with the dogs yet again. Make sure everything's good to go there. And we'll give Martin the thumbs up to go take care of the issue in a couple nights.
You will get your typical thumbs up in return.
But that is pretty much how Chance ends his evening.
Okay. You can as you are settling in for the day sleep, you are notified that a squad car did in fact come up with its lights off. But you can hear Martin and his team talking with the police officer outside, kind of filling them in, doing their job and handling it for you.
Good. Having capable team members is always a good thing.
Okay. And let's swing back to Ted real quick.
Yeah, so once Chance leaves, Ted will be pinned back to his haven.
Okay. And as you get in the car, the older gentleman holds out his hand. I'm Gerald, by the way.
Ted. And I'll shake his hand.
He doesn't even flinch at how cold it is. Wow, you've got even worse circulation than the boss does.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the boss, but it's a genetic thing on my end.
Okay. And so where to?
Ted will give him his address.
Okay. And he'll very happily drive you out that way in one of the less ostentatious vehicles. And he'll make small talk the whole time, and just kind of your typical, you mentioned genetics, and it's funny, my sisters all have 6 fingers, and so does my mother, but it skipped me. It seems to run only in the women in our family. Just kind of odd small talk to fill the silence as he goes.
Be mildly curious in the 6-finger thing.
Yeah, no, it's the funniest thing. It's gone back generations. Like I said, all my sisters have it. My mother has it. 2 of my 3 aunts have it. My grandmother has it. Her mother had it. It seems to really run only in the women in my family. It doesn't really do anything to them, but it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. And if there's nothing in particular Ted wants to talk about, unless there is, that small talk continues until you've reached Ted's house, and he pulls up. Oh, here we are.
Ted will lead him up to his apartment.
I don't really go on this side of town too much.
I'm not sure how much business Chance has over here.
No offense, but something tells me not a lot.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I can see the value in keeping a low profile. Anyway, where's this phone at?
That'll take it out of the box.
Okay. Let me make a roll here. Okay. So he kind of takes it and turns it over in his hand and checks it out. Okay, looks like all the pieces are here. Where's your line at? And you go through the motions, and it takes him a little bit to figure out how to set it up. It's closing in on early by the time he finishes with it. You can kind of start feeling the sleep pull at the back of your head there. But after a while, he does get it hooked up and kind of turns to you and says, well, it looks like it should work. It's getting kind of early and I need to get back to the club so I can clock out. If you have any further issues with it, call Chance. He'll send me back over. Or swing by the club and grab me. Not a problem.
You have a good day.
You too. Try and get some sleep. And he walks off.
Closing up the door.
Okay. Any last minute preparations you would like to do for the day sleep?
Pick up the phone, make sure there's a dial tone.
There is.
Go present for the day sleep.
Okay. And real quick, we'll swing back to Layla. Is there anything you would like to do after your phone call conversation with Chance?
He's gonna reorder those stupid books. And put, do all the paperwork she needs to do for that.
Okay. And that'll probably take you right up to time. No, there's a lot of paperwork involved in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Incident reports and all that.
Yeah,
so that'll probably that'll probably take you right up to time. And once you are satisfied that the paperwork is as complete as it is going to be tonight, you also settle in for the day sleep.
Yep.
And I believe we shall leave it there for tonight. All right. We made it through. Thank you everyone on Twitch for joining us. This was another edition of Midnight on the Circle, a VTM Chronicle set in Indianapolis. If you'd like to see more of us and what we do, please join us on any of our socials. You can find our link tree scattered just about anywhere and everywhere. Our next game is going to be this coming Tuesday. And we are going to once again be back in Detroit for that. So we hope to see you there.
Yes.
Let's see here. I believe that concludes everything for now. Spoilers inbound now that we are moving to our post-game talks.
Don't forget about the announcements.
Do you have any?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think we had any. So yeah, welcome to post-game talks, everybody. Spoilers ahead. Possibly, probably, maybe.
I'm not going to be sticking around super long for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I'm not planning to either. Those meds are finally kicking in and I'm feeling it.
Nice. I don't have anything much for tonight.
You enjoy Chance just messing with you?
Oh, always. Did he enjoy getting it right back?
You remind me of my sister.
Yeah. And then questioned if he knew his lineage.
Yes. Yes, he does.
The question now is Ted gonna take Chance up on his offer to find his lineage?
That doesn't care that much.
Does Chance know what happened in Constantinople? I think it was Constantinople.
It is Carthage.
Carthage, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
Sorry. Okay. I was curious if he... Hello! Stop it!
She was just saying hello.
Come here!
She wants to be on camera.
No, what she wants. Come here. One of the reasons I had to get up, Arby's was closed, so I got McDonald's. Up. And she wants her french fry.
Mother, how dare you not feed me?
Exactly.
Yeah, there was a reason why he specifically was like, I wonder who burned that down.
I figured, but I wasn't sure if he did know or if he was just making assumptions and, logical conclusions.
Oh no, he would have been taught. But yeah.
Good.
Because
No worries. Go ahead.
Coming from a Camarilla Ventru background, he absolutely would have been taught that shit.
No worries that Layla said she's exactly where she wants to be or anything, huh? Nope, nothing's wrong there.
But yet, you still work for us.
Yeah. Until it's time to not.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's and then Chance was followed up with the, well, I can do the same thing he can, just with less steps, right?
Yeah. Sounds like a familiar offer to her.
Yeah. The entire time that was happening, what was Ted thinking?
I'm curious too.
Yeah.
Oh god, these two are going at it again. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting.
Oh, hey, I learned something. Maybe.
Yay, learning!
I know a thing now. Do I understand it? Absolutely not.
But I learned a thing.
Also learned that, wow, Chance is fucking bold.
And here Layla is preaching patience and to take your time on things.
No! Take what is yours. Do not let them hold you down.
All knowledge must be preserved. Do not stagnate.
Ted's is, ooh, shiny, take it.
What are Ted's convictions?
Don't kill unnecessarily and pay your debts.
Interesting.
I'm sure there's no reason for that last one there.
Nah.
Definitely not that it'll come back to haunt him at some point in the future.
Never. Oh god, yeah. Amber isn't the stalker, is she?
That'd be funny, but no.
Oh yeah, by the way, Layla has a stalker.
Cool.
Yep.
We like stalkers in this group. They're fun.
Right? It's not Lillian, is it? Don't do the same thing I did to Dengle.
Oh no, I'm not. No. Trust me, you'll know your stalker if you ever meet them.
Fantastic.
It is an expose writer. Paparazzi of sorts.
Right? Oh god, are they the person that leaves their handwritten or their homemade books in the libraries? No. My friend who works as a librarian actually found one of those.
Oh my gosh.
While we appreciate it, no. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope it's not one of those people.
No, it's not.
Layla wouldn't be able to get rid of the books.
They just keep showing up every time you toss them out.
No, I mean, legitimately. If it has any sort of research in it, she couldn't get rid of it.
Good thing they're shitty romance novels then. No matter where they end up stuck. No matter where they end up stuck, they're just romance novels of whatever genre they happen to be in, like sci-fi and fantasy and like historical fiction romance stuff.
I can beat a Rorschach. I can beat that. We're setting those bitches on fire.
As funny as that would be, no, your stalker has more respect for the sanctity of the library than that.
Hey, Chance, want to reenact that night that your clan fucked mine over?
No, I'm good.
Well, you don't want to burn down more books?
You do it.
Something tells me Chance doesn't want to get on the Primogen's bad side before he has to.
What does that have to do with getting on the Primogen's bad side?
Before he can afford to.
He never has to. That and... Which one is it that's currently missing? It's the Seneschal, right?
Yep.
With any luck, the Primogen's not going to be a Primogen for very much longer.
We don't technically know he's heading that direction.
It doesn't matter. Chance just knows the Seneschal's missing, so he assumes that Tan would do something. If not, well, he needs to be dethroned. Because what self-respecting Ventru doesn't shoot for the stars?
Well, you know, his not quite protege is working with the prince now for a super secret project, so, you know, he's getting up there.
Good.
God, politics are so much fun in Vampire.
Yeah. Imagine how crazy it'll get once you guys are like really into it.
I'm excited. I ran tonight with 2 hunger and really hoped I didn't have to make many rolls.
Yeah, I had the same, so.
Yeah, see, yours isn't that bad because you were getting listened to. I have to break stuff.
Oh, I know.
I have to break stuff. I don't know what I would have broken in that. But yeah, we finally outed Layla as a true Bruja and her feelings on the other Bruja.
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
I wonder how long that would take to come out.
What episode are we on?
6.
This was 6, yeah.
So not that long.
No,
It's
she doesn't
fine.
feel like she needs to hide it or anything. I was just curious when it was going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
Was mostly it. Because we haven't talked much Bruja stuff. It's fucking pretenders from Troil.
Yes. Trying to figure out who was like the main one that sent people to Carthage. Because I do not remember offhand.
Oh, on the venture side, I don't remember either. Oh god, are you gonna have that be your lineage?
No, I have an idea of exactly who the lineage is already.
Wait, an idea? You didn't write it out?
I mean, I don't... As long as I know where it ends, I don't necessarily need to know the exact path until somebody asks.
Man, I feel like I went overkill on Peggy now.
Yes.
But that's a whole Ventrue thing. They have to know their lineage. Otherwise, you're not a real Ventrue.
Exactly. So until you actually ask, I don't have to spout it out.
To be fair, there was a reason I had to go so far into Peggy's, because I had to figure that out.
Yes.
But yeah, oh
Yes,
no,
well.
Peggy's like, almost her entire lineage is written down.
Very nice.
I can tell you, sire, 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 sire. All the way back to where my bloodline came from.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, True Bruja stuff is so much fun.
Oh, hey.
What?
It was Artemis.
Hilarious, actually.
Among others, worked with the Toreador Antediluvian Lysander and a Malkavian prince. That was actually a man, so.
Funny that I claimed Artemis for Detroit, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of sucks. That might mean Layla's not taking care of that problem. That's fine. There's others that were involved.
Yeah.
I'm very curious as to why books were stolen.
I don't know, maybe you should ask your stalker.
Was that who did it?
Yes.
I figured that's probably who took it.
I wondered, but then I also was like, well, maybe someone found out she's researching these things.
Had to drag the stalker in at some point.
Nice.
Might as well make it at the most inopportune point possible.
No, the most inopportune point would have been in about a week or so.
Fair. I mean, you
gala.
never know.
No, I mean, with some of the other stuff she ordered.
Fair.
You know.
Yeah.
What, you didn't overnight that via...
I couldn't.
It was only available over third-party seller because the dice said so.
How dare.
I know, right? That's fine. It's fine. But oh god. I'm gonna die if the stalker shows up at the gala.
Oh, speaking of, how does everybody like Chance's
I
suit
love
she's
it.
going to wear?
I love it.
It's not extra
Thank you.
at all.
Oh, dude, I can just imagine that, like, a royal purple gown for Layla now.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny that you are wearing my colors, too.
Hey, she told the tailor to talk to you about it.
And just to be able to fuck with you. Yeah. Because the color of royalty is purple.
Yep.
And for posterity's sake, he has Texas Longhorn cufflinks.
Yeah, Layla's not doing that.
I
Actually,
know there's going to be pops of burnt orange in there.
Layla's jewelry might be reminiscent of, like, circles interlocking.
There.
Like ongoing clocks.
No. Wait until you all see what he wears for tan when he shows up at the club.
Boy.
It's not quite going to be that, but it's going to be close.
Is the gala, is it a black tie thing, or is it more cocktail? Like, what is it?
It's they've got it's technically black tie, so it'll be a little bit nicer than cocktail.
Yeah, Chance doesn't care. He's making a statement purposely. So I've got a little voice over here asking me to go to bed.
Okay.
I'll be heading that way myself. Anything we need to know for Tuesday?
Be prepared for the new layout. Let me know in advance who you probably will be contacting so I can make sure to have things ready for them.
Mm-hmm.
And we will need to figure out some stuff that happens on the road. So expect some stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Coolio.
Which I think you've already got all my people, so.
And I just sent you mine.
Okay. Are you bringing anyone with you then? Like Chris or whatever?
I don't see why we would.
It's probably just going to be a Coterie thing.
Okay. I just am making sure.
Yeah. As long as nobody has anything else, I'm going to call it. So, thank you for everyone that is still with us or is going to watch at a later date. Have a happy and safe day and week and month and whatever else it is that you want.
Yes. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and have a good one.
Adios.